Hello, it's another episode of Random Incoherent Ramblings with old Uncle Slade. That's my original moniker, pseudonym, whatever you want to call it, nickname. And boy, sometimes you just gotta make your own adventure, you know? So, whoo! So I'm off-roading right now, and one, I don't know what this video is about. All I know is I've been seeing a lot of confirmation from the good Lord recently because I've been trying to take incremental steps upon being less of a douchebag. So I've been seeing the Lord totally save my sorry ass. And if you don't know already, so I'm furtive, I'm surreptitious, I'm in the cut, all woke, dog. I'm an overnight watchman, so you don't have to see my ugly ass anyway. Nonetheless, I'm one of those crazy conspiracy theorists that, in my own mind, I guess it just helps me put one foot in front of the other each day. I'm a freedom-fighting libertarian hero. And then, sooner or later, Hillary Clinton is going to be the president of the world as a freaking brain in a jar hooked up to a bunch of machines. And she's a cyborg, and then we're all part of the grid. And with all this facial recognition technology, and I don't know if you ever heard of the book 1984 by a guy named George Orwell, talking about a dystopian, futuristic, apocalypse, and then freedom-fighting, free thinkers like me are gonna be doxxed and vetted and beheaded to death. So in my mind, that's what's going on with the world, and I don't know, it helps me feel better about myself, I guess. So I'm doing my little vehicle patrol, right? And in California, you're not allowed to be a man. You're not allowed to have the Second Amendment going on. You're just supposed to be this little simping douchebag, little mommy's boy. You're supposed to be a malvolent, colluding, womanizing playboy that lives with your mom till you're 55 years old, and at best you owe colleges $1 billion for a superfluous degree in postmodern philosophy that you're never going to get a job for and stuff like that. So you get the point. And since I wasn't privileged enough, even though I sound like an Orange County surfer, I'm not hood enough, yo. Man, let me tell you, 1994 in San Bernardino was a lot different than now. All that skinny jeans and iPhone shit, man, that shit was gonna get jacked. You're gonna get your ass whooped. So, anyway, I'm on this patrol, and I never planned on being the real life crazy Kacey, the real life Kacey Jones from the Ninja Turtles. I really grew up and inadvertently became the real-life Kacey Jones from the Ninja Turtles, man. I'm telling you right now, I'm the closest thing that you're ever gonna... I wasn't even into the Ninja Turtles and the Power Rangers. I was always too macabre for shit like that. I would, once in a while, watch that stuff and critique it, being all fucking 10, 11, 9 years old. That's not real. There would be blood there. That guy's nose would be broken. Why aren't they throwing knees and elbows? I've been that balls deep in the martial arts my whole life. So it's really, really, really funny online when people try to cock block me and then tell me how they're supposedly going to beat my ass. And no one takes me seriously because I don't have a throat tattoo or a felony and don't ride West Coast choppers or something like that. So, unfortunately for some people, if we ever did have a physical confrontation, it'd be all too late for them. But it's the most superfluous thing to learn martial arts because it brings me yet again to the point. In California, you're not allowed to be a man. Let me tell you, life would be so much easier, the birds would be chirping, the birds and the bees and, the rainbows and unicorns would be popping out galore with a bunch of Teletubbies walking hand in hand with Barney and Mr. Rogers through opening gallivanting meadows. If we all were mandated just to fight for chicks. I'm not even joking, man. So, so I have all these accoutrements of a badass that I'm not supposed to have. They go flying off my roof on this patrol, right? I get out, you know, I go and use the restroom faculty here, and I notice, whoa, what in the hell? My accoutrements of death are missing from my, you know, unlocked vehicle. And then at the same time, I hear, ow, wow, wow. I hear somebody calling in the distance. That scared the piss out of me. So, guess what I have? I have a literal fucking spear. I literally made a fucking spear out of a fucking branch with a dang fucking machete from my uncle's pad, right? So I was like, I got something for that. I whipped that motherfucker out. I start walking around, and lo and behold, the accoutrements of being a badass just happened to fly off my roof. I thought somebody took it. It was very ironic that I heard someone calling in the distance. I do my little foot patrol, you know, with all my accoutrements of crazy Kacey from the Ninja Turtles, looking like Jason Voorhees on steroids and crack. And you know, all of a sudden, boom, like the foreman comes, catches me. I fucking hoop that shit. I fucking like ditched my fucking accoutrements of death. And he's like, damn, man, that is the only guard that actually gets out in the rain and freaking walks around with this dangerous ass place that is sweltering with warthogs, freaking man-o-war, coyotes, gorilla bears, you name it. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, you know. Wow, bro. I tell you, man, God is good. Yeah, I've been incrementally trying not to be a douchebag, and like, Jesus just like, what I equate everything to sex. So I was like, oh yeah, he remembered to pull my hair and buy me ice cream and call me on my birthday. Like that's too vulgar. But so I guess the whole point of this episode of Random Incoherent Ramblings, Little Uncle Slade, is to tell you too that you should be incrementally, you know, taking this incrementally, making the steps to not being a douchebag. And so I look on, you know, all this dumb shit on YouTube, and I'm scrolling, and freaking, it's all like, 99 ways to be an assertive alpha male. Don't be too nice. Don't say please and thank you. Man, I tell you, we should all be duels, mutual combat, checking a motherfucker, righteous retributive acts of vindication, aka like a dude puts his hand on your ass. A dude puts his hand on your chick's ass, you break that fucking shit. If you don't know how to fight, you pistol whip the motherfucker like Ray Liotta and motherfucking Goodfellas or whatever that fucking mob movie was. That shit would make the fucking world such a brighter ass place with Teletubbies, unicorns, rainbows, and Barney gallivanting through a meadow with the Care Bears farting fucking rainbows out of their ass, man. But no. Let me tell you, man, you're not allowed. I learned the most superfluous thing in the world, martial arts. Because even though it makes you fuck like a beast and it makes you full of testosterone, and if you actually get off your ass, start dieting for 2 days, you actually start being handsome again, it's the most superfluous fucking shit in the world. Because, let me tell you, man, you be at the club, you be at the bar, somebody puts their hand on your chick's ass, and you break that motherfucker, well, you're going to jail for aggravated assault. And then what would have been a 6-month sentence? Then you got to put work in for your race to save your fucking sorry ass. And that exacerbates your situation. And then it's 15 years. And you think your chick that you fucking defended your honor for is gonna be fucking waiting on you for 15 fucking years? You are not allowed to be a man in this country anymore. Let me tell you, man. Ben Franklin and all them would be rolling in their grave. Even though the American flag is supposed to be an axiomatic symbol of you should be able to do, believe, pursue, whatever, and and believe whatever the heck you want without dire consequences. That's what the American flag should be. That's what America was supposed to be about. But let me tell you, we're not free. We're not free, man. And I don't have the time to freaking go into my resources and give you the diatribes about what the fuck I'm talking about. But just look at it, man. If whatever money is flowing through your hands isn't taxable, then it's fucking illegal. How the fuck is that, man? And I'm always arguing that roughnecks like me and fucking people that were just slanging weed or some shit like that, they get treated like fucking shit from the cops. But if you're like some fucking creep and shit, you could get PC, protective custody, and you could just fucking play the system, man. Motherfucking, there was this judge named something Kelly in Orange County. This is less than 10 years ago, I believe. And some dude like raped a kid shit. And that fucker had leniency upon him. The judge had leniency upon them. But you go slang some weed to your homies and the cops catch you doing that shit. And you go to fucking prison, man, for something for 6 months. And then your fucking race wants you to put in work. Then you get 5 years. And then you gotta fucking, somebody calls you a bitch at Chow Hall. Then you gotta put hands on him. And then that shit could fucking catalyze another 15 fucking years. And if you're lucky enough to get out at all, at parole, at priors and shit, and you're at 7-Eleven and someone puts their fucking hand on your mom's ass and challenges you a fight, and you try to be a man and you do something about it, and you're gonna go right back to jail. They're gonna double your fucking shit on the California laws about how you're not supposed to be a fucking man. You can't do mutual combat. You can't fucking carry a firearm. You can't fucking be shit. And I'm telling you, man, I love America and I really appreciate what the great generation did. I really, I really want to fly under the radar. I want to be a law-abiding citizen, but that's just my 2 cents, man. I learned the most superfluous fucking thing in the world. Man, I used to go hunting ex-girlfriends to see what the fuck they were doing, if they were with a Sancho and shit. And God protected me from ever fucking up my life, man. I fucking swear, dude. They're lucky I didn't catch their fucking ass. So, when I tell you kids out there, man, be a black belt in sarcasm. Because you're not allowed to be a fucking man physically in this fucking world. They're gonna fucking automate everything. They're gonna replace us with robots. You're not mandated to have the same fucking gusto anymore. And I remember back in my fucking Generation X period in the 20th century, we had some good solid heroes, man. And now everybody's afraid of people turning fucking like, transgender phobic and all this fucking weird nonsense. Look, I'm all for that. You can marry your television set. You could be gay. You could think you're a fucking a hermaphrodite frog and you want to put that on your license. I'm all for that shit. I really believe that what would make a big, that transgender bathroom privileges shit? If they just fucking paid construction workers to make a private bathroom unisex in every other fucking place, not only would that fucking quell everybody's disputes, but it would create a fucking construction job. So any fucking way, that was my diatribe of the day. I'm all pumped. I'm all jacked. I thought I was gonna run into a fucking man-eating coyote. Woo! And then all of a sudden the foreman comes, he's like, well, I'll tell you what, son, you're the only guard that ain't fat, that gets off his ass and actually does foot patrols in this volatile place where you get eaten alive by animals. God bless you guys. Keep on rocking in the free world. Fuck yeah, later.